Hello and welcome once more to another room here on TryHackMe. We're going to do the one called the network services. So I kind of hear that many times. So I ran Inmap and I got some ports, and what should I do now? So there are actually two rooms on TryHackMe, which is a part of the CompTIA Pentest Plus learning path. One is called network services. I think the other one is called network service number 2. So this one really learn about, then enumerate and exploit a variety of network services and misconfigurations. So we got stuff like SMB, we got stuff like Telnet, FTP. So we got 3 different services we need to exploit, and there is a individual room for every single one of them. So I kind of look forward to the room and see what we got. So I already started the first machine here, as you can see. And in order for me to start all the other machines, I need to terminate this one because it's part of the same room. I know that TryHackMe says you can have 3 rooms open at the same time. However, it is if they're different, not 3 servers in the same room. That's where it kind of cuts the cake, right? So get connected, and we did it. They do also talk about that you need to have some sort of Linux fundamentals in order to do this room. It would help, so do that please if you haven't done already. Understanding SMB, well, first of all, what is it? And this says like SMB Server Message Block Protocol is a client-server communication protocol used for sharing files. Alright, so printer serial ports and other resources on the network. Now, they did put the source here to find, to talk about where they got their, knowledge, and it's not the official source of SMB anything, but it's better than nothing. They say servers and make file system and other resources operated named pipes, APIs available to clients on the network. Client computers may have their own hard disk, but they may also want access to shared files and printers on the servers. So they say the SMB protocol is known as a response request protocol, meaning that it transmits multiple messages between the client and the server to establish a connection. Clients connect to the server using TCP/IP, actually net bias over TCP/IP, or specified in the RFC 1001 and RFC 1002, NetBU and IPX/SPX. There's a image here displaying how the protocol works, and it kind of looks like the HTTP protocol. So you can probably say that isn't it the same, with the HTTP protocol request response? It is. However, I'm not really sure if the SMB protocol is stateless or it actually keeps the state of the connection. Not really sure. Maybe they say once I've sent connection, client consent. Yeah. So typically on TryHackMe rooms, we got the SMB services running, and you're gonna find some information there. So basically, it's all about now you have that access. You gotta piece some things together with different kind of clues from here and there, and SMB is one of them. So what it stands for, you can take the message there and put it in. Well, I think not the protocol. What type of protocol is SMB? What did they say? Requests response type protocol. So I think we should pick that. What do clients connect to? It's they use TCP/IP. And TCP/IP is the connection protocol type that got the control part, the slow start principles, and all the kind of congestion control, and all these kind of mechanisms inside, and also have error corrections and the possibility of resend packages if so some sort of corruptions happened. What systems does Samba run on? Well, with a 4-letter answer, I would probably say Unix. And Unix is the well, I wouldn't go too far, but Unix versus Linux, you can probably go ahead and just, if I just type this in Google, it will probably give me a better answer that I can say without. Linux refers to the kernel of the whatever. More generally, refers to the family of distributions. Unix refers to the original operating system developed by AT&T. more generally, it refers to the family of derived operating system. So there we have the answer. So now that we did that, we are ready for, I guess, some action. So the server is up, we have the IP address. What basically we're gonna do now is go ahead and run the enum for Linux. And enum for Linux is a beautiful script that enumerate, Linux servers locally. So it's a script you have locally on your own machine, and then you run it up against another machine, particular IP address, which is the 10.10.130.255. And the options you can see down here is like you get user list and machine list and name stuff and this and that. So we have different kind of questions to answer here. We're gonna run an Inmap Scan first of all, so I'm gonna copy paste the IP address, going back here and just type Inmap, put in the word dump, which is not the right way to put in the IP address. I don't know why it doesn't really work for me, but and just briefly 3 is the answer, so just gonna go down there and say 3 ports open. What port is SMB running at? So go back and say, alright, so yeah, maybe we should do a standard version, so standard version scan, so S and capitalize V, and then our scan is going to take a bit longer now, and then it's going to get back to us with the correct service enumerated. So if you don't know, then you can basically just go ahead and do this, and you have the 139, the 445. So it's either one of those, 139 or 445. So it's 139 and 445. Let's get started with enum for Linux. Conduct a full basic enumeration. For starters, what is the workgroup name? Now you're going to select the full basic enumeration is the tag A. So we're going to go ahead and copy paste one more time. I'm going to just pick a new fan. Enum for Linux. Gonna say capital A and the IP address, which is still problematic copy pasting for me. It's a thing. It's my thing. And then we run it, and basically it's gonna try and enumerate as much information from the server as possible, just using this particular script. Now, bear in mind that these kind of scripts, they do have version stuff. So sometimes you need to update it. While this runs, we should go back and see the question one more time. What's the basic? What is the workgroup name? So I think we just domain name, workgroup, workgroup name. I think is that just a workgroup they picked? Incredible. What comes up as the name of the machine? So the machine name itself also have a name, and let me see if we can find this. I haven't been using this script for a long time, so let me just see if we can find it. This is the target, and it's beautiful. Server type, yes. Okay. A lot of interesting things here. Let's see, do I get the Cactus is a local user. Now is the username there, right? And now I'm not really sure where to look for that. Honestly, don't know. What comes up for the name? This is sometimes look on the OS. Yeah, I kind of. Are we there already? Did I skip it? Let me just try one more time. OS, target information, enumerating workgroups, net stats, generating OS information. Oh, there we have it. Is it Polo SMB? I kind of. It is Polo SMB. What operating system version is running? Okay, so that would be, I guess here, 6.1. So let's go ahead and type 6.1. Now, what you can use these kind of informations for is, if you, for example, notice a specific version of something, this is obviously something like, let's see, this is some, what kind of operating system is this? Looks like Ubuntu. So obviously, if you got some sort of weird, version running, you could maybe find, a kernel exploit or something. That's of course what you use it for. What share sticks out of something we might want to investigate? So shares, and I'm gonna go down here and look at shares. So we got some shares, and I kind of feel like the one called profiles is very interesting, so I'm gonna pick that. My hunch was complete. So really that's some enumeration stuff. So exploitation of the SMB part here is. So we're gonna read about this. There's a vulnerability. This is the vulnerability, and what they kind of want us to do is, let me see, follow the tags SMB share u specified. So what would be correct syntax to access SMB shared called secret as user suit on the machine 10. So, okay, that's a long command I need to write here. So let me see, remote access the SMB share using the syntax. So what we're gonna do now is basically go to the command here. I don't know if this is gonna run or not. Okay, so it's done. Gotta pick another tab and say SMB client, right? And then do a // and they tell us to use the IP. Now I know already that copy pasting is hard, so I'm gonna do it one more time. As you saw, I copy pasted the whole page, so pick the IP itself and go there and take this one here and then do a slash. And now they want me to do, it's a // sorry for that. It's just, I'm just to pick what? The share called secret. Alright, so let's do secret as the user suit. So we're gonna tag you. So tag you suit, and then let me see. They want me SMB client tag, and then the IP address secret tag you suit, and they want me to do something more. What is it? It's called secret. On the default port, so that's gonna be the port, the P. I think the default one tag P is 139. Let's pick this command reconstructed here and put it in as my final answer. No, it is 445 then. My bad. No, capitalized. Oh my. No, it's not capitalized. Let me just see one more time. What did I? Why is it showing me a weird IP address? Oh, I forgot that they used this IP. Mamma mia. Just look at the text. 139. There we have it. So, no. Damn it. Alright, so there we have it. I just didn't know the 445 was the default one. That's the thing. I don't really think too much about these kind of things. Anyways, great. Now that we got the hang of the syntax, let's try exploiting this vulnerability. You have a list of users, the names, shares, blah blah blah. So I do. So does the share allow anonymous access? So I guess we should just go here and type was like profiles, I think I want to. And it does seem that it does, so I'm just gonna assume that it's a Y for yes. Have a look around for any interesting document. Does you want to access what? Which folder? Profile folder belongs to. Yeah, okay. So great, have a look around, it's interesting. So let's go ahead and browse this folder here. Can we shoot this folder? Who can we assume this folder belongs to? Okay, so profiles, and we have a document called working from home, so I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that, thank you. And I'm also gonna go ahead and enter the SSH because that's interesting. And I'm also gonna get the ID RSA. There we go. And then I'm just gonna go back to this here and say, what was the folder name again? And this is the name of the document. There we go. Working from home, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna cat it out to the screen. Now. Okay. There we go. So it kind of say John Cactus. So let me pick that name. John Cactus was the right name. So that's really gonna be, you know, the answer that we pick. What serves we configured to allow him to work from home? So let me check this out. It would be, you know, I'm gonna go on a limb and say that since we have a SSH right here, you know, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the answer. Well, it was. Now that we know this, what directory on the share is SSH? No? Oh, dot SSH. The directory contains authentication keys that allows you to authenticate inside the server, which key is the most useful for us is the ID RSA key. And the hint probably also sets the default name of SSH identity file. With that, we can go ahead and do chmod 6 on the file, then connect directly to the server. So let's one more time pre-copy our IP address because copy pasting is difficult. And I'm gonna go back, clear screen, and we have the chmod ID 600, sorry, ID RSA, and we're gonna do SSH. Do we have the name? Do we have the name? What it says, like, download the file, now information we gather, work we can, use the service to log in. So we could assume that the name is John. Not sure. Anyways, let's just try this. John, IP, and then do tag ID, say yes, no, then just that, no. Did we forget something? Change the permissions to yes, we did that. Now I got the username for the account. Alright, so we need to work out the username. And let me just what could that be? Well, all right. Well, it could be that it's not the the first name. It could be the other name. You know, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Let me just try. Cactus. Alright, so that's the thing, you know, when you can just directly log in using the ID RSA key, which is identifying ourselves with the username is applied. There's no password attached here, so basically, and we have something called smb.text. Now I'm fairly sure this is the flag, so I'm not going to show that directly to the screen. And as I suspected, it was the flag. So now that we have that and we gathered the flag, I took the liberty of putting it in, and I'm going to terminate the machine, and now I'm going to go ahead and start the machine for Telnet. And in this particular room here, we're going to just go back to my other windows, you know, just clear this. It's incredible how much, you know, information you can gather just by opening windows sometimes. So understanding Telnet now, it's another protocol that's a clear text protocol. It kinda, you know, been there for a long time, and it's been using to connect to other machines and executing commands directly on the other machine. So, and of course the replacement was SSH, which is a lot more safe to use protocol. And the way to use the Telnet is Telnet IP and port. What is Telnet? It's should we say application protocol? SSH replaced it. How would you connect to a Telnet on this particular? So we're gonna write Telnet and then 23 and put it in. The lack of what means that Telnet all communications is on. Well, I was probably encryption, I guess. Let me see if I guessed it correctly. I did guess it correctly. So now we're gonna go ahead and let's get started. Before we begin, make sure to deploy the room and how many ports open the target machine. So let's go ahead and just do a standard Inmap Scan. I copy paste the IP address. Let's see if I did it. So we do get nothing back from this room. So first of all, let's just try and ping it. And when you get ping requests back from a room and if it doesn't return, it basically means that we can, not that one, that one. Basically, we can run the command again. We can also do a full port scan. You know, maybe it's gonna come back. However, what I think is that this is probably configured not to respond back to ping request. So what I'm gonna do is to add a capitalized P and N, say no ping, and it's not gonna get back to us with anything. So what I suspect is that we're gonna do a full port scan. So let's do that. 10, 31, 51, 10, 31, 51. Yes. So how many ports open? What port is this? What port is this? Oh. One. Anyways, let's see what it gets back to us. It says port 8012, which is not a normal port to have open. So we're gonna copy paste that and say hooly. The port is unassigned, but still list the protocol is using. What protocol is that? So let's get back. It says unknown. So what I'm gonna do now is basically go ahead and scan the port 812, and we only want to do service enumeration. So S small and capitalized V, tag S, capitalized V, and P8012. So you can also do a space here, but you know, just one, no reason to do that. It's gonna take a while because we're enumerating the service. The service you see here on a normal scan without the service enumeration flag is basically a guess from a list Inmap has inside of its script. So in this particular case, we're gonna get something back really soon. And it will tell anytime, anytime. Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say SSH, but you know, who knows? No, it's not true. Oh, okay, so rerun the inner scan without the P tag. How many ports show up as open? Without the P tag, we did it already. It was 0. So yeah. So is it done now? No, it's not done. Is it crashing? No, it's not crashing. Alright, let's go back to this and do tag SV and do like that, because maybe it's the machine is sensitive in some way, you know, I don't know. It could also be this is just the way it's configured, you know. Sometimes you gotta deal with that when you start your Inmap scans. So the one we're gonna start now is basically the same as before, just with the tag capitalized PN is like no ping, and the tag P tag is all port, and tag SV is service enumeration. So let's see what happens, and yeah, and let's see. No, what? Who could it belong to? Gather pausing usernames. Yes. Based on the title, returns to us to think a port could be used for. And we still need to get the enumeration back. What we could do is just do a netcat and and connect directly to the port. That is one way to cheat, you know. Just say there an 8012, and if we're gonna get something back, like a banner or something, it's Skitty's backdoor. So dot help dot help dot help. So this is a backdoor of some sort, you know. Skitty, that is a creator of, you know, a creator of TryHackMe. So we're gonna say Skitty and the port assigned, but still, what protocol is this? Maybe do they want me to say TCP? Okay, they do. Based on the type returned to us, what do you think this port could be used for? A backdoor? Is that what was? Yeah. Okay. So we have it now, and we have a backdoor. So let's go ahead and just it's a long one here. So now let's get going to type the Telnet exploits. This Inmap Scan, was it still running? Yeah, we cannot service enumerate this because it's not a specific service Inmap would ever recognize. So we would need to do the NC and netcat and then directly connect to it. That is the way to go. Yeah, I suggest you read the text. Let's just answer the question that don't need an answer, because I don't like to have these lying around. It disturbs my eyesight. Alright, so great, it's an open Telnet connection. What welcome message do we receive? So I guess it's what do they want to write? They basically want this part here. So that is what I'm gonna give them. You know, this is not important what you type, really, just to verify that you actually got access. Let's try executing command. Do we return any input we enter into Telnet session? Well, I didn't use a Telnet, I used netcat, but it's in essence the same. Just netcat is just better, I would say. Do we get any return output? We do get, but no, okay, we don't get any return output. I don't know. Yeah, it depends. I guess Telnet reacts different, but you know, I'm not gonna do that. Start TCP dump list on your machine. So we're gonna do this one here. We're not using the attack box, so we're using our own VPN connection. If you use the attack box, you can use this down here. So we're gonna start that. Oh, what? What did I did not? Yeah, need this one right there, not the other one. Clear the screen, start it up again. now that we have a TCP dump going, we're basically dumping everything TCP based, you know, going through my network card here. Not anything, but you know, we can read it here. So we're gonna use to start, and we're gonna specify only ping traffic. So if I go ahead and do stuff like ping, I suspect we're gonna get just a tad. No. Is it oh yeah, maybe I need to do, maybe it's incoming, you know, maybe it's not outgoing, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is. Anyways, let's just continue with the room. So it says now use the ping command local IP C1 through the Telnet session to see if we're able to execute system command. If you receive any pings, note that you, yeah, so we need to do that remotely. So let's go ahead and take the whoops, my connection here, and type ping 10.11.0.2.1 C1. Now that is my IP address, and it doesn't really show much. Let's do one more time. Ping 10.11.0.2.1 tag C1. Does it work? No, what did it wrong? Use the command to the Telnet session to see if we are able to. I would say no. Okay, we did. It's okay. So let me Telnet instead of netcat. Maybe this is the problem. I do not know. So ping 10.11.0.2.1 C1. No. I'm not getting anything. So let me just see if I have something wrong here. It is my TON 0 network interface that is 10.11.0.2.1, which is my TryHackMe IP. And since I got connection to it, I should be able to. Did I do something wrong here? Let me just try something. TCP dump example on the other screen would say that nope. It is correct. That's not really sure why this isn't working. You know, what can I do? I can do nothing. Oh, I do need to run. Okay, 0, 2, 1. I should definitely do. So running this. Yeah. So there we have it. I forgot the run command in place. So that is the backdoor that I didn't read the backdoor command. I just figured I want to do the exact command. So it does say that you need to preface. One more time. Read the text. I just sometimes going too fast when I record the video. What word does the generated payload start with? Huh? We're going to generate a reverse shell. Yes. We'll generate the hard code. So let's do. What word does generated payload start with? What word? Not really sure what they mean with word. Let me just take this here and run this, I guess. No. Localhost. Oh yeah. 10.11.0.2.1. now that this is running, I'm going to get a lot of spam on my screen, I suspect. Because it didn't direct all of it to... No? Hopefully not. Oh, it's... okay, yeah, so that is the payload. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So, okay, we got it. MKFIFO is... yeah, we should take a look at this. So MKFIFO... It's a command used for first in, first out, special files, and yeah, not really sure what to say about it. Not the thing I know the most about. It's a spatial file, and you can use it for different kind of things. And I'll read about it if you wish to do that. I just use it for, you know, sometimes exploitation stuff. So, what would the command look like for the listening port? We'll select our payload. What would the command look like for the listening port you selected? Oh, they want me to, yeah. So I take this here and basically type there and say 4444. Yeah, great. So I guess we need to do that. I guess what we need to do now is do that, and I suspect they want me to copy paste this in a moment and do... Yes, it's a beautiful batch shell does run that, and probably, you know, have some sort of connection as root now, and I could then write export term xterm if I could spell. Yes, let's just upgrade this shell. I did that line. Upgrade the shell, let it go. No, I cannot upgrade the shell. Oh wait, does it have Python installed? I don't know. It did, so we can upgrade the shell. Then I can clear screen, I have the flag, I'm root. So they want me to do like, what is the flag? So obviously this is why I'm gonna pause the video and post the flag, and you will have to do that part yourself. And we're back again, so we did it. We exploited Telnet, and let's go ahead and start up the other server, the last one here for FTP. And while this starts up, I can just, you know, talk about FTP a bit, I guess. FTP is a protocol, file transfer protocol, and the basic version of it is clear text. So. And you can also use a safer version of FTP, which is, well, encrypted version. So what is FTP? Now let's talk about that there are a typical FTP is an operation to channel, a command, and a data channel. So basically when you give the FTP server some commands, you know, we're going to execute through that channel. But when you got some data exchange going on, you're going to have a different port. It's called a data channel. That will also be more visible if you're gonna use a like a program like Wireshark to you know, check your traffic. You will notice that if you've got some FTP stuff going on, your FTP file or the data transfer will be on a different channel. Anyways, and they also talk about something called active and passive, and the FTP server may support either or both. Who knows, right? In an active connection, the client opens the port and listens. The server required to actually connect to it. In passive, the server opens a port and listens passively, and the client connects to it. So yeah. What communication model does FTP use? Now, I'm not sure what I want to say. Communication model. A client server? Oh, that. Oh, yeah. So yeah. That is very normal. So let me put that in. Standard port 21. How many FTP connections? How many modes too? Enumerating FTP. Now we have the IP address. I'm probably gonna go ahead and do an Inmap Scan. So let's do that. Inmap. Got one port is open. No. Let's do an all port scan. So tag P, tag. And we're gonna wait a bit and do like a small yodely song. I'm not gonna do that, but if you wish to do that, you can do it. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Actually, this is not just water, it's carbonated water from my soda stream. Nothing inside, just water. Alright, so it's gonna take its time, I guess. 1. Okay, how many ports are open on target machine? 0? 1, I did type 1. 2, oh wow. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna do a no ping on this, and I guess we're just gonna have to try one more time, because yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes Inmap doesn't give all the answers, you know, we have to rerun it. Yeah, not sure why. It's just, you know, it's just a thing. It's just like when you still won, you know. So do they say why? Yeah, it's there in 21. What variant? Oh, so we have a variant running. I'm not really sure why we cannot see it. I guess we could do a. I guess we should do a more aggressive scan, I guess, because we can just type. Let's just do service and standard scripts, and let's do aggressive scan, you know. Maybe that will give us something, you know, I don't know. Oh, probably gonna take a while now, I guess. I don't know how long. Just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna put a T5 on. It's gonna be the most aggressive scan of them all. I think they called it insane mode or something like that. So this is gonna spam the server. If we're not getting a hit on this, you know, I'm not gonna use more time like this. But you know, we know the answers to. I need the port actually. I need the alternative port. I don't know where it is. So that's all right. Retransmission cap hits. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is, you know. It's just the way it is. We're gonna. I'm just gonna copy paste the IP, put it in the browser. No. No. Wow. Okay, so we're almost done. You know, 94.5%, 100, and we should have some output soon. What? Oh my. There we go. There we have it all. Well, we know the version now is VFS whatever PD, and okay, so we're not really gonna answer for the other port that we didn't get, because I didn't see any other ports. I don't know why. I can log in anonymously. Gonna be FTP on the IP address, which is let's Let's copy paste it and put it in and just do that, and then put the anonymous in and the same password. And now we do that, we can log in anonymous. I can't say that today. It's just something. Anyways, let's get the public nodes and exit out of it. And I kind of suspect that this is a flag. No, it's not. It's not a flag. We're not there yet. So let's just cat out the public notice, and we have a public notice so everyone is aware that FTPs are available all the weekend. We will carry out routines, and there's a mic, cheers, and all that good stuff. So mic is the username. What is the name of the file in the? Okay, so we have that. It's this file. Alright then, so now we're going to do exploitation of this. And to talk about different kind of exploits, it's similar to Telnet. They're both unencrypted channels, yes it is. And what we're going to do now is yeah, so we're going to brute force our way through using Hydra. So we're going to copy paste in the command of Hydra. Now the username, so we're going to use Hydra 4 threads. The username is Mike, and the password user share which is Rocky, which is my list. And the IP address is, now that I become so good at copy pasting IP address, I'm just going to do it one more time for the cheer of the audience. And I failed. Okay, so let me put it in. And this is the IP. And basically just run this command. So let me just put it through. Hydra is a program that can brute force, logins and stuff. 4 threads because, well, and let's not spam it too much, I guess. When you use the username Mike, we can also do capitalized L and point to user list, but it's gonna be a N in N2, and complexity is gonna be a lot more. So we know the name, which is good. And we're gonna use capitalized P to actually use a list. The password is called RockYou. It's very verbose, so we can see results of every single one of them, and the IP and the service is FTP. So let's get it going, and we see it again. Copy pasting and me is incredibly hard. So we run the we run it, and we saw the password is password and a yay, and that's gonna be the password then. So password the password, and now that we have that, we can go ahead and log in, I guess, to the FTP server with Mike using the the password. So FTP there, and do Mike and password, and there we have the FTP. What's inside the FTP folder? It's a future backup. I'm not really sure what you need to use this for, but let me see. Expanding your knowledge, you did it. I'm gonna use this in a moment. Basically just gonna output the flag. So let me just do that. So now that we have outputted our flag, and you haven't seen it, I will talk about expanding your knowledge. In this particular expansion here, we talk about reading some stuff. Different things you might find useful, and click it, So what you can do now is go ahead and do the second room. There is a second room actually. If you go to learning path of CompTIA Pentest Plus and go to the network-based vulnerabilities there is a network service here called number 2. Now that is the room I'm missing, plus the 4 down below. And that is Windows stuff, and this is an uncharted territory for me because I haven't really been doing much, Windows stuff. So definitely that's going to be fun. I'm going to do it at some point, I'm going to get the voucher for 10%. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to get the voucher anyways. So basically, I guess we're done. You know, next room is going to be network services number 2, and we're going to do some more exploitation, enumeration of different kind of network services and misconfigurations. See you out there again.